Let us assume that the eye has a series of mechanisms that allow these light impulses to reach the retina with maximum focus. Let us make an analogy, as if you, at home for example, have a projector and you want to project a film or some slides or a PowerPoint on a screen, and the eye has focusing mechanisms that are not exactly the same, but to understand we can compare them with those of a projector and a screen. Well, the eye looks at objects that are different and at different distances, and the idea is that they all appear clearly focused on the retina. Light rays bounce off objects in different ways, and the light impulses that bounce off objects are captured by the eye. The eye first has a transparent part, which is the cornea, which is a first lens through which light passes. Then there is a liquid, the aqueous humor. It also passes through because it's transparent. Then we have the iris and the pupil. And then there is another natural lens, flexible, which is the crystalline. The light also passes through the crystalline, and then there is another liquid, which is the vitreous humor. And then the light can reach the retina. Each time the light passes through a different medium, a phenomenon called refraction occurs. Refraction simply means that the angle of the light beam changes slightly as it passes through the different medium. So the idea is that with the changes in angle, the eye can make the light impulse reach the retina precisely. In this process, of all these transparent media that the light passes through, on its way to the retina, only one, the crystalline lens, has the capacity to change shape. And how does it do this? The crystalline lens is a natural lens. It is a natural lens that is surrounded by a muscle called the ciliary muscle. The ciliary muscle is like a sphincter that has the ability to get smaller or bigger. So when we want to see up close, the ciliary muscle becomes small, it tenses so that the lens has the ability to bulge and make a magnifying glass effect. And so we can focus on small nearby objects. When we want to see from afar, the ciliary muscles relax, and then the lens tightens and flattens and no longer has the magnifying effect. So we can see objects and focus them well that are far away. In both cases, with the difference in distance, with the curvature of the crystalline lens well adapted by the work of the ciliary muscles, we can focus on objects that are far away or that are near. And in all of the cases, the image will appear on the retina. Now, this mechanism of focusing through the lens is what general ophthalmology considers, okay? Compared to the projector and the screen, the work of the lens of the projector would be the little wheel that allows focusing on the screen. Now, refractive errors happen when, if the eye is too long, the lens is not able to project the images all the way onto the retina. So the images appear blurred. This is what we know as a myopic eye. The too long eye essentially has a built-in zoom effect, as it were. So it can add the magnifying effect and can see up close, but cannot see correctly at a distance, because the refraction does not reach the retina. Typically, glasses or a corrective lens add another refraction, so then the image reaches the retina. In the case of hyperopia, the opposite happens. The eye is too flat. While with this you can see at distance well, close-up vision is blurry, since the refraction extends past the retina and does not appear clear on the retina. So when we put a lens in, it corrects the path of light, and with this too flat eye, it still gets the image where it needs to go, right? These are the correction mechanisms used by general ophthalmology based on Hermann von Helmholtz's 1855 theory of refraction, accommodation, or focusing. Dr. William Bates realized that people he had operated on for cataracts, that is, whose lenses had been removed because they were too opaque, were nevertheless able to do the work of accommodation of the refraction, to focus on objects that were at different distances. So he said to himself, if people without a crystalline are able to focus, there must be a complementary or alternative mechanism in the eye that also allows focusing. And now I'm going to explain it to you. If you look in the anatomy books, you will see that the eye is surrounded by different muscles groups. There are two muscles, the oblique muscles, which surround the eye like a belt, and there are 4 other muscles, the straight muscles, that hold the eye in the socket. At first, ophthalmologists believe these muscles work to direct the gaze to the objects we want to look at. But Dr. Bates assumed that they could have a second function, just as the lens could be compared to the little wheel of a projector, that if you want to focus the screen, you move the little wheel so that it focuses better. He assumed that these muscles around the eye could have an effect on focusing as if you were moving the projector further from the screen or closer. They can change the shape of the eye, making it longer or shorter. That allows you to focus the image better. And how would that be? When the eye wants to focus up close, then the oblique muscles tighten, the eye gets longer and zooms in. Then the refraction happens on the retina to focus on close-up objects. And when we want to see far away, the straight muscles are tightened, the eye flattens, and then the refraction happens also on the retina for faraway objects. So this focusing mechanism is similar to moving the projector and the screen further away or closer together. So then, how does Dr. Bates' theory explain the refractive errors? Well, when a person's oblique muscles are constantly overtensioned, the oblique muscles deform the eye and keep it permanently in a too elongated shape. This would cause a myopic or nearsighted eye. It can focus close, but it cannot focus far away. And you need to know that even a millimeter difference in the length of the eye can already produce 4 diopters of refractive error. So if there is a little tension and the eye is deformed even by 1 millimeter, we would already have several diopters of a problem, yes? And if the person has tension in the straight muscles, the eye is too flat, and that causes hyperopia. The person can focus at the far, but cannot really focus anymore up near. According to Dr. Bates' theory, if refractive errors and deformation of the shape of the eye, either too long or too flat, is due to muscular tensions in the muscles surrounding the eye, then what will be the solution? The solution is the relaxation and mobilization of these muscles so that the eye can return to its normal shape and also so that it can take the shape it needs depending on where it has to focus. Simple, right? To accommodate distance, it can be flattened a little and the lens can be made flat. And if you need to see up close, let it get out a little long and let the lens bulge out. Thus, combining the theories of Hermann Helmholtz and William Bates, we have a much more complete understanding of how focusing works in the eye. If we just stick to the older theory, Helmholtz's only solution to vision problems would be to wear glasses. But if we also incorporate the more modern theory of Dr. Bates, which completes the previous one, then we have another alternative. We can do the work of relaxation and mobilization, teaching the eye to be able to focus again clearly. That is, we can exercise to train our eyes to focus better. A third option, in fact, is eye surgery to change the shape of the cornea in order to change the refraction. Although in addition to the pain, risks and cost inherent to the operations, the eyes remain under tension with the problems that this can cause later on. So basically there are 3 options. Of course you can choose the one that is right for you. If you're interested in exploring how to improve your sight and vision through some simple and easy exercises that are non-invasive, risk-free, easy, inexpensive and even fun, you can try the practices of natural vision. Using just relaxation and movement exercises for your eyes, you can train your eyes to look well and refocus clearly without glasses and without operations. So let's start practicing right now. To relax your eyes and improve your vision, I will explain the first technique called palming. The first great principle of natural vision is relaxation. If you want to be able to focus with your eyes normally again, it is essential to relax the eye muscles. And the best technique for relaxing the eyes is palming. It is a fundamental technique of natural vision that was invented by Dr. Bates himself. It is a very simple technique and I suggest you do it every day for the duration of this training for at least 5 minutes in each session. Do it for as long as you like. The more, the better. 1 minute even makes a difference, and ideally you should do it at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. I promise you will notice a difference right away. So how do you do this simple but powerful technique? I show you right now. First, you need to relax your hands. If your hands are tense, the tension will pass to your eyes. So relax your hands and spoon them out like this. Because if your hands are flat, you're going to put pressure on your eyes too. And our goal here is maximum relaxation. Then you put your hands relaxed in the shape of a spoon and cross your fingers like this. They can be in front of each other, it doesn't matter. But cross them flat, not like this, not interlocked. You cross your fingers like this and keep watching me. Don't do it yet, because if you do it now, you won't see. Then you're going to rest your fingers crossed over what would be your third eye, on your forehead. And with the palms of your hands, cover the eye sockets, so that no light, or as little light as possible, passes through. And then close your eyes. The palming technique is done with your eyes closed and relaxed. It is very important that you do not cover your nose, because if you cover your nose, it's difficult to breathe and you won't be able to relax. Okay, so then you put your hands like this and stay that way for a minimum of a minute, or as long as it's comfortable for you.